very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz, where the aim of the game is to find the most obscure answer possible. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, my name's Mike, and this is my friend Peter, and we're from the Royal Hospital Chelsea in London.
Couple number two.
My name's Tony, this is my mum Pauline, and we're from Sheffield.
Couple number three.
I'm Ken from Norfolk, and this is my brother-in-law Dave from Devon.
And finally, couple number four.
I'm Rob, this is my wife Nicole, and we're from Wickford in Essex.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Today's his birthday. Although he has said that 17 times so far this series, so it's starting to suspect he's only in it for the cake. It's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. I got briefly excited there. I thought maybe it was my birthday.
Oh, can you imagine?
Now, we've got one pair back from the last show. It's Ken and Dave. Welcome back. Ken gave one... It's given one answer in Pointless history, scored 100 points on it.
Yep.
So he currently has an average of 100.
Yeah.
Ken. So hopefully you can improve that average today. 3 new pairs as well. Imagine coming onto this show thinking, I'm going to wear something really colourful, really stand out, and then Peter and Mike turn up. You think, oh, great. That's some real showboating on podium one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Tony and Sarah won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. There it is. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. I'm just going to go through the housekeeping, just so you are aware of it. The pair with the highest score at the end of each round is the pair that gets eliminated, so keep your scores as low as you can. No conferring till round 3. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category today is famous people in history. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns shared first names of historical figures, Richard.
Yeah, on each board we're going to show you 7 pairs of surnames. We will describe what those people did in history as well. They share a first name. So 7 first names to guess on the first board, 7 on the second one, 14 in all to have a go at home.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, so we're looking for the historical figures who shared these names. And we have got on our first board Caxton Wilberforce W, printer who introduced the printing press to England, MP and reformer instrumental in abolishing slavery. Wellesley Balfour A, Duke of Wellington, victorious at Waterloo, British PM 1902 to 05, and later Foreign Secretary. Beaufort Thatcher M, mother of Henry VII and British PM from 1979 to 90. Pope Fleming A, poet who wrote The Rape of the Lock, bacteriologist who discovered penicillin. Newton Pitman I, physicist famed for his laws of motion, inventor of the shorthand system that bears his name. Priestley Lister J, scientist noted for his work on the chemistry of gases, pioneer of antiseptic surgery. And Pepys Johnson S, celebrated diarist and public official, lexicographer famed for his Dictionary of English.
Anyway, that's all we've got time for today.
Oh, I've got to read it again.
No, I think just do the pairs of surnames.
I'm going to do the pairs of surnames. If you want the rest, rewind it. Caxton Wilberforce W, Wellesley Balfour A, Beaufort Thatcher M, Pope Fleming A, Newton Pitman I, Priestley Lister J, Pepys Johnson S. There we are. Mike, welcome. What do you do, Mike?
I'm a retired soldier at the Royal Hospital Chelsea in London.
That's right. How did you become a Chelsea pensioner? I mean, obviously you have to have served, but what are the credentials of a
You have
Chelsea
to be 65 and plus.
Yes.
You have to have served in the Army, not
Yes.
the Navy or the RAF.
It has to be the any limit, any length of time you need to have served for?
It can be from national service up to 22 plus years.
OK. And is that it?
And be of reasonably good character.
Oh, I like the reasonably.
Yeah.
I bet it doesn't say reasonably in the...
I can't speak for Peter.
OK.
That covers a multitude of sins, doesn't it?
doesn't it?
Reasonably good character.
Reasonably good character. So, Mike, what are you going to go for on our board?
The most obscure one that I know on that board is the bottom one, Samuel.
Samuel, says Mike. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Samuel. It's right. 56. Not bad. Not bad. Gets us off to a good start. 56 for Samuel.
Very well played, Samuel Pepys and Samuel Johnson, of course. Samuel Johnson's definition of dull in his dictionary was writing a dictionary is dull work.
He must have been bored that day.
Can you imagine? It seems like such a good idea doing a dictionary when you're on the A's.
Yeah.
He
He's
must
just
have.
at the end of the D's.
Oh, you must just think, I've still got 22 letters to do after.
Do you know what? He just exhausted himself on dragon. Got so excited with dragon, then he got to dull. Thought,
I'll tell you the good thing about doing a dictionary, you've got to do 26 letters, but towards the end, actually, with X, Y, and Z, you've got fewer and fewer. So by the time you've done, I mean, even in U and V, but by the time you've done W, you must think my work here is done.
pretty much. Thank you very much.
That's a pleasure.
Now, Pauline, welcome to Pointers. Lovely to have you here from Sheffield. Tell us all about yourself, Pauline.
Well, I'm retired.
What did you do, Pauline, before you retired?
I worked for Royal Dalton and Waterford Wedgwood.
Very good indeed. Now, Pauline, what do you do for fun now? What keeps you amused?
Well, I do crosswords.
Do you do cryptic or do you do quick?
Both.
What sort of speed do you get a cryptic crossword finished? Pauline?
Well, the easy ones, 5 minutes, but the harder ones take a bit longer.
Well, yeah, I mean, 5 minutes, but I mean, it needs to take about a day, really, doesn't it, a cryptic crossword? You want to be able to chew on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, something else for you to chew on here. Pauline, what are you going to go for?
I think William, the top one.
OK, for Caxton and a Wilberforce. Let's see how many of our 100 people said William. It is indeed right. Down it goes to 49.
Yeah, two of the great figures in British history there. William Wilberforce was an MP at 21. Seems a bit young.
He's a bit young.
I guess people were younger in those days, but even
I suppose
so.
they were, but even so, you're right.
And William Pitt was 21 as well when he became an MP, and then he became Prime Minister at 24.
24.
Come off it.
Oh, stop. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Ken, welcome back, Ken. Remind us all about yourself, Ken.
I'm retired now,
Yeah.
live on the Norfolk Broads, and
Lovely.
spend my time playing golf if I can and sailing our boat.
Oh, you didn't mention the boat last time. What sort of boat have you got?
We've got to keep some secrets.
OK, yes.
It's a small cabin cruiser we take out on the Broads.
Very nice indeed.
Sounds a lot grander than it is, believe me.
Oh, no, but do you overnight on the cabin cruiser, or...?
Not if we can help it.
Not if you can
unless
help
you
it,
like
no.
grungy living.
OK, we can take a picnic out and go out and spend the day, that's lovely.
And the fishing rods.
Ah, do you keep your temper on the boat? Are you a good-natured
I have learned
sailor?
to.
Good. This is a good thing. Ken, what are you going to go for on our board here?
I'm going for the second one down, and that is Arthur Wellesley, Arthur Balfour.
OK, Wellesley, Balfour, Arthur, says Ken. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with Ken. It's right. Well, 56 is the high score, 49 the low, and you passed them both. Down to 14. Very well done indeed, Ken. That's more like it.
Well played, Ken. Yeah, funnily enough, I named it after Arthur Wellesley, and Arthur Wellesley was his godfather as well.
Oh, that's nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I like it.
That's nice. Thank you. Now then, Rob, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a performance manager in the NHS for my day job.
Very
when I'm
good.
not doing that, I do a lot of fishing and I coach my son's football team.
Oh, now that's quite brave, isn't it? Coaching your son's football team.
Yeah, I think
How long
it's-
have you been doing that?
6 years I've been doing coaching of my son's football team.
How are they doing?
They're doing really good. Yeah, did well last year, so looking to do well this year.
Very exciting. Good. Well, good luck with that. Now, Rob, what are you going to go for on this board? It's all yours if you want to fill in all the blanks.
I wish I could. The best answers that I'm aware of have already gone that I'd know. So that leaves me only with Margaret Thatcher or Isaac Newton. So I'm going to go for Margaret Thatcher.
OK, Margaret for Beaufort and Thatcher. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Margaret.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, 92. 92 for that. That's a high score.
A lot of points, isn't it? Shall we fit in the rest of these? Pope and Fleming?
Alexander.
56 for that. You're quite right about Newton, Pitman, Isaac. Would have been a better answer, actually, than 92. 80 points for that. Priestley and Lister?
Oh, I don't know.
Joseph. is the answer, Joseph. And that would have scored 18. So Arthur is the best answer on the board, Ken. Very well played.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 14, the best score of the pass. Very strong indeed, Ken. This is more like it. Then up to 49, where we find Pauline and Tony. Then up to 56, where we find our pensioners here, Mike and Peter. And then up to 92, where we find Rob and Nicole. So, yes, Nicole, you get a nice new board, but make sure you find a nice low score on it. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more shared first names up on the board, and here they come. Catesby Walpole, R. Gunpowder plot conspirator, first de facto British PM. Babbage Darwin, C. Mathematician and pioneer of computer science, naturalist famed for his work on evolution. Oates Salt, T. Popish plot fabricator, founder of the model village of Saltaire. Seymour Austin, J. Third person to marry Henry VIII, author of Pride and Prejudice. Wollstonecraft Seacole, M. Writer and advocate of women's rights, Jamaican nurse treated British soldiers in the Crimea. Marlowe Wren, C. Elizabethan poet and playwright, architect who designed the present St Paul's Cathedral. And Nelson Kitchener, H. Naval commander at the Battle of Trafalgar, Secretary of State for War at the start of World War I. I'm going to read those surnames again. Catesby Walpole, R. Babbage Darwin, C. Oates Salt, T. Seymour Austin, J. Wollstonecraft Seacole, M. Marlowe Wren, C. And Nelson Kitchener, H. Nicole, tell us all about yourself. Welcome to Pointless.
Hiya. I'm a dog home boarder. Love looking after dogs at home.
There we are, a dog home boarder. How many dogs can you look after at any time?
I'm licensed to look after 3 at a time, so I have my own dog as well, so
Yeah.
2 more with my own dog.
Oh, but presumably you get to know all the dogs quite well. They become quite friendly.
Yeah, they all get on well with my dog, so that's good.
Oh, well, that's nice. Very good. And then you take them on how many walks a day? 2?
Yep, 2, depending on their age. If they're old, maybe just the 1.
Maybe just the 1.
Depends.
OK. Now, Nicole, 92. You're the high scorers. Let's have a low score from you here.
Right, I'm going to go for Marlowe Wren, Christopher.
Christopher Wren, Christopher Marlowe, says Nicole. No red line for you as you're the high scorers. How many of our 100 said Christopher? Down it goes to 58. Not bad. Takes your total up to 150. Nice round number.
They think Christopher Wren carved his name into Stonehenge, like graffiti style. It's certainly the name Wren, it has been carved into it by someone, and they believe it to be him.
Does it have an architectural flourish to it?
Yes, it's got a dome over the top.
Nice. Thank you very much. Now, Dave, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Dave.
I'm from a small village just north of Oakhampton, and there I'm a member of yoga club. I'm not honorary yoga girl.
Is this more regularly than your choir rehearses? That's weekly.
No, about the same.
How's your downward dog?
Oh, it's pretty bad.
I like the joke about the guy who rings up the yoga class and says, I'd like to join your yoga class. And they said, how flexible are you? He said, well, I can't do Tuesdays.
Well, neither can I.
Yeah, one step at a time. Now, Dave, you're on 14, which means you are through to round 2, no matter what you score. But I think you've probably got a good answer up your sleeve. What are you going to go for?
I think I'll go for the first one. Robert.
Robert Catesby, Robert Walpole, says Dave. No red line for you because you're already through. How many people said Robert? Absolutely right. And that's a good answer. 37. Well done. Takes your total up to 51.
Yeah, and in the TV series Gunpowder, Robert Catesby is played by a direct descendant. Kit Harington, who's from Game of Thrones, is a direct descendant of his, and his actual name is Christopher Catesby Harrington.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard, now Tony, welcome to Pointless.
Hello.
Tell us all about yourself, Tony.
I'm a retail manager. My job is selling tools.
What kind of tools?
Any tool you can think of.
Tiny tools, massive tools?
All the lot. Every single size.
Monkey wrench?
Yep.
Tiny screwdriver?
Yep. But I'm no good with any of them. I can't do any DIY or anything like that. I don't even have a garden.
But you can
So I can't do anything like that.
OK.
I have put a shelf up once.
With a tiny tool or a monkey wrench?
Weird hammer.
Very good. Now, Tony, what are you going to go for here? Good news for you, you're also through to the next round.
Right. Then I'm going to have a guess at what I weren't too sure of, which is Wollstonecraft Seacole, Mary.
Mary at Wollstonecraft, Mary Seacole. No red line, you're already through. How many people said Mary? 34. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 83.
Yeah, very well played. Mary Seacole. She's sort of taught in schools now in the way that we were taught about Florence Nightingale.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Richard. Peter, welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here. So much to ask you. First thing I want to ask you, these beautiful tunics you have, when you first come, are they specially made for you, or do you have to take one that's off the peg?
No, you get one off the peg initially.
Right.
But you're measured for a scarlet, and then off you go in your new scarlet.
And there's also a blue one, isn't there, with a red piping?
That's our undress uniform.
Ah, that's when you get back home and it's just...
Move around the hospital or go out shopping locally.
And are you ever allowed to wear anything other than those?
Oh, of course, we are allowed to wear normal civilian clothes, such as you would wear.
But not such as I would wear.
Quality.
No.
Perhaps not the same quality. But...
Right. You flatter me. Peter, listen, you're on 56, which means 93 or less gets you into the next round. This board's all yours. Do you want to talk us through it?
Well, I can only go for really the third one down. I'm a Bradford lad by nature. Saltaire, quite close. So I'm going to go for Titus Salt.
Titus Salt, Titus Oats. Here is your red line, nice and high. Let's see if you can get below that with Titus. Very well done indeed. Beautifully done, Peter. 16. That scores you second lowest score of the whole round. Takes your total up to 72. Very well done.
Great answer, Peter. What a lovely end to the round that is Titus. You don't get kids called Titus anymore.
No.
Do you?
Should.
Since those two and Andronicus, those are the only Tituses we know. Shall we fill the rest of these in? Babbage and Darwin.
Charles.
Charles. 81 for Charles. Seymour and Austin.
James.
A big scorer. He scored you 89. And Nelson and Kitchener.
I wanted to call one of our children this, Horatio.
Horatio.
Yeah, my wife said, over my dead body. So,
43 points. Did you really want to call one of your kids Horatio?
I thought so. It'd be fun.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you call him for short?
Ray.
Ray?
Yeah.
Well, just call him Ray, for goodness sake. Yeah. Don't call a child Horatio. Oh, no, there will be some kids called Horatio. It's a lovely name.
That's quite fun. It's quite fun, though.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's quite fun.
Absolutely delightful. I think Titus would be better. Titus Armstrong.
Titus.
So the best answer on that board was Titus. Very well played, Peter.
Oh, Thank you very much indeed. OK, so we are at the end of our first round, which means it is my sorry duty to pass on that one of our couples will be leaving, and Nicole and Rob, I'm afraid on this occasion it is you, but you'll be back next time, and next time I have every confidence you will soar through to round 2 and beyond. But meantime, thank you very much indeed. Nicole and Rob. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so 3 pairs remain. Very well done indeed. We have made it through to round 2. And Ken and Dave, hats off to you. I mean, Peter, Mike, not literally, it's fine, but hats off figuratively to you. Not only have you made it through to round 2, you're our lowest combined scorers and Ken our lowest individual scorer, so fabulous work there. But fabulous work, all of you. Lovely to have you with us still. Round 2's category today is food. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns American sweet treats. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the names of 4 recipes you will find on the BBC Food website, and we're looking for any ingredient that you might find in one of these 4 recipes, please.
Thank you very much indeed. So we're going to put these 4 recipes up on the board. You just have to say any ingredient you might find in them, and here they are. We have got Jane Cross's New York cheesecake, Mary Berry's Neapolitan baked Alaska, Nigella Lawson's waffles, and Paul Hollywood's ring donuts. That's just funny.
I mean-
I'm sorry, it's just funny.
It's quite funny,
I
isn't
was doing my best
Yeah.
not to crack a smile.
I mean, I kept a straight face during Nigella Lawson's waffles, but I couldn't make it through Paul Hollywood's ring donuts.
There we are. So we are looking for any ingredient from any of those. Mike, we come to you first.
I'm going to go for the most obvious, and I hope it's a low score.
You don't even have to say which recipe it is you're talking about. You could just throw out an ingredient.
Sugar.
Sugar. Mike says sugar. Let's see how many of our 100 people also say that. Down it goes to 70. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, caster sugar in all 4 of those recipes, as you would hope.
As you would.
Yeah.
As you would. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Pauline.
Yes. I don't know whether to say one or the other. Baking powder.
Baking powder, says Pauline. Let's see how many of our 100 people said baking powder. It is right. 70 is the only score posted, and we passed that. 5 for baking powder.
Very well played, Pauline, yeah, in Nigella Lawson's waffles. Thomas Jefferson, when he returned to America from France, one of the things he brought back with him was a waffle iron. They'd never seen such a
really?
thing. Yeah.
They must have been slightly scared of it. They probably thought it was satanic. When it
The waffle
first-
iron?
Yeah, first.
Yeah, Thomas
No,
Jefferson's satanic waffle iron.
That's a song from Hamilton, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now then, Dave.
Syrup.
Syrup. Syrup. Yes, Dave, could we be a little bit more specific?
More specific.
More specific, yes, than merely syrup. The
Treacle.
OK, treacle, says Dave. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave, not treacle. That scores you 100 points.
Yeah, no treacle. I'm afraid we'll go through all the answers at the end of the pass.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are halfway through the round. Before we head back down the line, let's recap those scores. 5, the best score of the pass. Well done, Pauline. Very good with baking powder. 70 is where we've got Mike and Peter. 100 is where we find Dave and Ken. But Ken, you might be able to turn that all around with a brilliant low-scoring answer, but it would have to be a very low-scoring answer. But if anyone can do that, I'm sure you can. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, remember, we're looking for any ingredient that might feature in any of these 4 recipes. And Ken, you're currently our high scorers there on 100.
I'm going to try and be more specific and say maple syrup.
Maple syrup, says Ken. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said maple syrup. Let's see if it's correct. No red line for you as you're currently the high scorers. It's right. Oh, that's a great answer. That's exactly what we needed from you, Ken. Look at that. 2. Best score of the round so far, taking your total up to 102. Have you done enough, I wonder?
Ken's on fire all of a sudden, isn't he?
I know.
Yeah. Maple syrup is the official state flavour of Vermont.
It's a state flavour.
Yeah.
That's right. It's not the syrup. They've got plenty of other syrups. Thank you very much. But as a flavour...
Flavour. Oh. But a maple syrup.
Nice. Thank you very much indeed. Tony. Now then, Tony, what are you going to go for? 96.
I'm going to go for eggs.
Oh, safe bet. Eggs, says Tony. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with eggs? Let's find out. It's right. Down it goes to 48. Not bad at all. 53, your total.
Well played, Tony. That's a relieved-looking man right there. That's in all the recipes. American eggs you have to keep in the fridge because of the way they're washed originally. They're washed in warm water. So if you don't keep them in the fridge, bacteria grows. Where over here, you can do what you want.
That's why they have such massive fridges in America, of course.
Yeah, for all the eggs.
God, for all the eggs.
Yeah.
Stands to reason.
Exactly.
Dear, oh dear. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Peter, this is exciting. You have to score 31 or less with your low-scoring ingredient. What are you going to go for?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Once again, we need to be more specific, I'm afraid. The specificity.
Neapolitan ice cream.
Neapolitan ice cream, says Peter. OK, we have taken your offer and considered it, and I come back with the news that you are going to have to choose one of the 3 flavours within the compound that is Neapolitan ice cream.
Neapolitan cherry ice cream.
Neapolitan cherry ice cream, says Peter. Here is your red line. There it is. Can you get below that red line with Neapolitan cherry ice cream? Let's find out. No, Peter, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores 100 points, takes your total up to 170.
Yeah, sorry, Peter, it was the right type of thinking, that Neapolitan ice cream, but the Neapolitan ice cream are always 3 different flavours. Vanilla, which would have scored you 21 points. Chocolate ice cream would have scored you 1 point. Strawberry ice cream, pointless answer. So very well done if you said any of those. Those are all lurking in that Neapolitan ice cream. I'll take you through some low scores on other ones. Another pointless answer, Paul Hollywood's ring donuts. I mean, that's a gift that keeps on giving. Strong white flour would have scored you a pointless answer. You've got 2 points for lemon, 5 points for icing sugar and yeast. Nigella Lawson's waffles, blueberries, which would have been a pointless answer. Oil would have scored you 4, salt 10, milk 21. Mary Berry, as well as strawberry ice cream. Food colouring was a pointless answer. 1 point for self-raising flour, 9 for cocoa powder. And that New York cheesecake, there is a pointless answer there as well, which is soured cream. It was a pointless answer. And you'd have got 7 for vanilla extract, 19 for digestive biscuits, butter 31. Cream cheese would have scored you 43, and plain flour would have scored you 64.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we are at the end of our second round. We have to say goodbye to another of our pairs. Peter and Mike, I'm sorry to say it is you, but you will be back next time. We look forward to that very much indeed. But meantime, thank you very much, Peter and Mike. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Well, many congratulations, Tony and Pauline, Ken and Dave. You're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. Well, from here on in, you're allowed to chat before you give your answers. First player to win 2 questions in this round will be playing for that jackpot. Well, look at that. Nice.
I mean, listen, that was a fun last round. I mean, treacle maple syrup gate, which we thought was going to be the... We thought at that point that was going to be the weirdest thing that was going to happen in that round, and how wrong we were. It's a shame, because you know what? Genuinely brilliant bit of deductive thinking to do the Neapolitan ice cream.
Well, exactly.
And then insufficient knowledge of what Neapolitan ice cream was.
And cherry, why not? Well, best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns nursery rhymes. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 illustrations now which depict traditional nursery rhymes. We'll also give you the initials of those nursery rhymes. Can you just name what those nursery rhymes are, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal the 5 pictorial clues, and here they come. A. OKC. B. TTTPS. C. SASOS. D. LBB. And E. BBBS. There we are. 5 traditional nursery rhymes. And Tony and Pauline, you will go first.
D. Right.
We're going to go for D, Little Boy Blue.
Little Boy Blue, say Tony and Pauline. Now, Ken and Dave, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
Oh, A is Old King Cole.
And B,
B is
the one we're going to go for is Tom Tom the Piper's son.
C
Is Sing a Song of Sixpence.
And E, Bar Bar,
Black Sheep.
But we are going for B. Tom
Tom the Piper's son. OK, Little Boy Blue and Tom the Piper's son. Tony and Pauline, Little Boy Blue, you've gone for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. There we go, down to 52. And from your reactions, it looked like you'd been just reaching for Tom the Piper's son, but couldn't quite get it. It's what Ken and Dave have gone for. Let's see if it's a better score for them. Tom the Piper's son for B. Tom the Piper's son is right, and it wins the point for you. Very well done indeed. Down it goes to 18. After one question, Ken and Dave, you are up 1-0.
Yeah, it was tricky, that, because the initials made it look like the Three Little Pigs something. And there was a pig in it, but Tom the Piper's son stole a pig and away he ran. A is Old King Cole.
He does look a merry old soul,
He really does,
Look at that. Ah.
60 points as well. SASOS, which is the worst kind of SOS, that's when the army are in trouble, is...
Sing a Song of Sixpence.
Sing a Song of Sixpence. 49
I can't remember the rest of that nursery rhyme, but why is the page boy wearing a saucepan on his head? Is that... does that feature...
Sing a Song of Sixpence.
Pocket full of rye.
A pocket full of rye. 4 intense blackbirds baked in a pie.
When the
pie is opened, the birds began to sing. Why on earth has that guy got a saucepan on his head?
There we go. There we go.
49 points. And E is...
Bar Bar
Black Sheep. 73 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, here comes your second question. Tony and Pauline, you have to win this one to stay in the game, but Ken and Dave get to answer it first, so good luck with that. Our second question today is all about British architects. Richard.
I'm going to show you the names now of 5 British architects, but we've missed out alternate letters of their surnames. Can you name the most obscure of these, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 British architects. Here they come. We have got Nicholas HWSOR, circa 1661 to 1736. Edwin LTES, 1869 to 1944. Charles BRY, 1795 to 1860. John NS, 1752 to 1835. And Dennis LSU, 1914 to 2001. I'll read those all again. Nicholas HWSOR, circa 1661 to 1736. Edwin LTES, 1869 to 1944. Charles BRY, 1795 to 1860. John NS, 1752 to 1835. And Dennis LSU, 1914 to 2001. There we are. Now, Ken and Dave will go first.
We think we know the second one as Edwin Lutyens.
OK, you're going to go for Edwin Lutyens. Now, Tony and Pauline, do you fancy talking us through the rest of that board?
Not really. We're guessing that could be John Nash, but the only one I'm pretty sure is top one, which is Nicholas Holdsworth.
Oh, no. We'll have to go with the...
John Nash.
Nash.
OK, John Nash. So we have Edwin Lutyens and we have John Nash. Ken and Dave gone for Edwin Lutyens. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Down it goes to 18. Meanwhile, Tony and Pauline have gone for John Nash. Let's see how many of our 100 people said John Nash. Down that goes to 34. Which means, after only 2 questions, very well done indeed, Ken and Dave, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
Great work, Ken and Dave. A couple of answers there that would have beaten Lutyens. Up the top there is Nicholas Hawksmoor. Nicholas Hawksmoor, and he would have scored you 13 points. Charles...
Barry.
I mean, it's Barry or Berry, isn't it? It is Barry. And that would have scored you 24. The best answer on the board, the bottom one, Dennis Lasden. Lasden would have scored you 11 points. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Tony and Pauline, I'm so sorry it is you. You were our golden couple. Oh, and with those kinds of credentials, we can be sure when you come back next time, you'll do fantastically well. But for the meantime, we have to say goodbye to you. Thank you so much, Tony and Pauline.
Thank you.
But for Ken and Dave, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Ken and Dave. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. But here we are, in the final round, where you should be. All this round one departure nonsense from the last show, we can put all that to the back of our minds. Well, listen, as always, you have to choose from 4 categories that are going to appear on the board behind me. And today's selection looks like this. We've got Sweden, Olympic gymnastics, British bugs, and 2010's Oscar winners.
Sweden.
Yeah, for Sweden.
Yeah, we'll try Sweden.
Try Sweden.
OK, try Sweden. Richard.
Blimey.
I know.
It's the first time it's been on the board, and it really, to me, that had the look of something that was going to stick around for a really long time. So thank you for
It probably should have done.
Yeah.
swiping it immediately. 3 very different questions here. Hopefully one of them suits you. We're looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which Max van Sydow has had a credit up to the end of June 2019. We are looking for any member of the Swedish royal family, according to the official Swedish Royal Court website, at the end of June 2019, or we're looking for any act who has represented Sweden at the Eurovision Song Contest from the first Eurovision Song Contest right up to 2019.
There we are. Thank you very much. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless.
OK.
Are you ready?
That should have stuck around, I think.
Well, you can have some fun with it. You've got a minute. See what you can come up with.
OK.
Very best of luck. Are you ready?
Thank you.
Let's
That's
put 60
probably not.
seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Do you know any Max von Sydow films?
Exorcist. The Exorcist.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
The
one.
Exorcist. Max von Sydow, The Exorcist. Who have represented Sweden? I can't think of anybody who's represented. Crikey, is there any others?
Members of the Swedish royal family.
Must be Swedish names.
Olaf, Harold,
Harold, King
Olaf,
King Olaf.
King Olaf,
King Olaf.
King Rollo,
Is there a first, second, and third?
probably.
Yeah. Harold first, second. Harold doesn't sound
Whatever.
Swedish. Olaf. 10 seconds soon. So we've got for Olaf.
10 seconds left.
Olaf the second. Olaf the first, Olaf the second, and the graduate.
No,
No?
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist, sorry.
Yeah, right.
OK, that is your time up. Well, it sounds like you made excellent use of that time.
You think?
Literally just passing back Scandinavian names and regnal numbers. It was... Well, let's see what comes out of this. Let's have your 3 answers. What have you got?
Right.
Well, David says The Exorcist.
For Max von Sydow.
OK, The Exorcist.
Yeah. Olaf.
There we go for King Olaf.
Olaf
OK.
the third.
Olaf the Third. OK.
OK. And I think Olaf the second.
OK, and Olaf the Second. OK. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
But probably the only one that's going to be correct, which I'd say is The Exorcist.
OK, The Exorcist we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Olaf the third.
Olaf the Third, and then Olaf the Second we put in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got King Olaf the Third, King Olaf the Second, and The Exorcist. Very best of luck. Listen, any of these answers could turn out to be pointless and might win you that jackpot of £1,000. What would you like to do with it? Ken, I'm going to ask you first.
My boat's in urgent need of a new canopy, so we put the money towards that.
Very good. New canopy for the boat. Dave?
I'm going to take my wife out for a meal.
Oh, that's nice. Very good. OK, well, best of luck. Let's see what happens when we put all of these to the test. King Olaf III is your first answer. In this case, we were looking for any member of the Swedish royal family. Let's find out if it's right. Let's find out if it's pointless. How many people for £1,000 said King Olaf III?
No.
No. Shock. Not Olaf III. So it must be Olaf II. Olaf II, let's see if that is right. Again, we're looking for members of the Swedish royal family. For £1,000, is Olaf II pointless? No!
Can't believe it.
I'm afraid
Can't believe it.
neither of the Olafs have come good for you. Your third and final answer, though, the one you're quite sure is right, is The Exorcist. In this case, we were looking for any Max von Sydow film. You've gone for The Exorcist. If it's pointless, it wins you £1,000. Let's see how many of our 100 people said The Exorcist. Yay. It's right. Your first answer, King Olaf III, was incorrect. Your second answer, King Olaf II, was incorrect. The Exorcist is absolutely right. Down it goes into single figures. Still, ooh, 6.
Well done, good job.
Well, that was a bold attempt and a fantastic score on that last answer there. And thank you for taking what looked like it was a fruit that was going to be going funny colours on the bough. You picked it early. Thank you very much indeed. But I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer. So I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £1,000. But it's been lovely having you here. And don't forget, you get to take home a pointless trophy each. So that's not bad.
And it was... And it was a terrific performance all the way through. Very well done. Listen, I'll tell you what was a pointless answer. King Olaf IV. It wasn't really. It wasn't really. Don't worry. Imagine if that had happened.
Oh, no.
Goodness me. Yeah, no Olafs to be seen, I'm afraid. Let's take a look, shall we, at some pointless answers. We'll start with Max von Sydow. Some big film series. One of those guys has been in lots of huge films. Conan the Barbarian was a pointless answer. Judge Dredd, The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, The Virgin Spring. You could have had A Kiss Before Dying, Awakenings. You could have had Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Flash Gordon was the biggest scorer there for Max von Sydow. Members of the Swedish royal family. Very well done if you've got any of these. Crown, Princess Victoria, Prince Carl Philip, Princess Birgitta, Princess Estelle as well. There's King Carl Gustaf, Queen Sylvia. Those were the big scorers there. And Eurovision fans will definitely have got some of these answers, because there's 3 winners, in fact, on this board of 4 right here. Swedish entrance in the Eurovision Song Contest. In 1999, it was won by Charlotte Nilsson. Harry's won in 1984 with Diggy Loo, Diggy Lay. Mans at Zelmerlo won in 2015, quite recently. And Malena Ernman didn't win. She came 21st, but she's much more famous these days. She's the mother of Greta Thunberg, the climate activist. She represented Sweden in 2009. So very well done if you said any of those at home.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much, Ken and Dave. I'm sorry you didn't win today, but our jackpot, therefore, will roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £2,000. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.